Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and I'm going to be talking about this upcoming weekend and all of next week, leading up to a very important day, June 21st. Yes, June 21st, next Saturday, is the first day of summer, but it's also a very special day for the Zabrecky/Wilson households. Now I'm going to show you the temperature maps. I don't want you to get bogged down with all the colors. What I really want you to focus on is where the yellow shading colors are showing up. That means normal temperatures. Here in the Ohio Valley, temperature highs are in the lower 80s. So we could be looking at temperatures a little lower than that, mainly because of cloud and rain color. We're going to start here on your Saturday, and you see quite a bit of across the Midwest, the northern plains, and up towards the Northeast. That's where the inclement weather is going to be sitting. Sunday doesn't get much better. You see that L right there? It's going to be very, very slow to move out. So temperatures are going to be about normal or below normal, which is still isn't bad. It's going to be in the 70s here in the Ohio Valley. It's just going to be kind of wet. That's on your Sunday. Monday, it gets a little bit on the warmer side. We'll see a little bit more in the way of sunshine. And keep in mind, we're very close to the first day of summer. So anytime you get sunshine, those temperatures are just going to skyrocket. Here on Tuesday, you're still seeing some yellow across the area, but you're starting to see this area of dark colors starting to expand a little bit. Here on Wednesday, it does expand nicely, so we're going to be certainly in the 80s. But on the flip side of that, that means we're going to see some sunshine. But that sunshine is also going to destabilize the atmosphere, so even though we'll have some sunshine, can't rule out the possibility of some showers as well as some thunderstorms. Here on Thursday, once again, that shows up a little bit there, some yellow spotches across the area. But notice the heat off towards the west. Here on Friday, it really starts cranking up. You see temperatures possibly in the triple-digit range for those of you out in that area, but you can see the summer warmth working its way towards the east. And here on June 21st, the first day of summer, lots of heat, lots of summertime warmth across most of the country with the exception of the Northwest. Precipitation. This is where, again, you kind of see where all that yellow, cooler temperatures are going to be sitting. This is on Saturday. Look at all this messy rain. You don't see much in the way of severe weather potential, but you still can't rule it out. But I think the biggest issue could be some localized flooding because we're going to see quite a bit of rain around the area. Here on Sunday, some showers, thunderstorms down in the south central plain states, but here in the Midwest and up towards the Northeast and south and the east, a little bit on the wet side. Monday, it doesn't change a whole lot. Again, these L's are very slow to move out, and that's why it's going to be inclement. Here comes the next system that's going to come in and push everything out. This is on your Monday. On Tuesday, could see a little bit of severe weather there in Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Kind of keep an eye on that. But again, inclement weather here in the Midwest. On Wednesday, start drying out a little bit. Notice a little bit of a tropical system trying to get organized down in the Gulf. It's going to stay away from the state of Florida, but you could produce a lot of bit of rain there in the state of Texas. By Thursday, we're starting to see it dry out just a little bit here. Notice most of the west, pretty dry. And that's where that heat is really kind of sitting. Here on Friday, it really dries out nicely. Wet down in Mexico and as well as Texas. A little bit down in the southeast. Florida is still looking pretty good. In fact, Florida, you're going to be seeing more of your summertime activity, more thunderstorms. But here on June 21st, it's going to be a nice summer day for the first day of summer. And down in the state of Florida, it's going to be pretty dry with the exception of those late afternoon thunderstorms. So to wrap it all up, the next 4, 5, 6 days here in the Midwest going to be somewhat inclement, but summertime heat is certainly on the way. I'm George, the Weather Dad.